Episode 2 Three New Diesels. With Edward gone, Sir Topham Hatt had to find new engines to replace him. Edward had been sent to the works for repairs as he had had a terrible accident. So Sir Topham Hatt decided to order 3 new diesels to replace Edward while he was gone. And so at the docks the next day, Sir Topham Hatt welcomed Norman, Paxton, and Sidney to the island. "Welcome," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Here are your jobs on this railway," he said. "Norman, you'll be filling in for Edward's jobs. Paxton, you'll be working down here at the docks. And Sidney, you'll also be working here down at the docks with Paxton. Do I make myself clear?" "Yes, sir," said the 3. "All right, then. Get to work, you 3. Oh, and Norman, Boko will show you around the island." "All right," said Norman. "Let's go. Paxton and Sidney, you can just stay here." "All right," said the 2. "Welcome to the docks, Paxton and Sidney. Glad you can be of some help." "No problem," said Paxton. "Now, I want you two to get to work. Paxton, set those coaches up for Oliver and Doc. They're 2 green engines. Sidney, I want you to shunt those cars right there into the sidings." "All right," said Sidney. "All right," said Paxton, and they got to work. Sidney was quite a forgetful engine, so when he got his cars, he didn't know what he was doing with them. He went forward right into Salty. "Sidney, you're not supposed to be delivering those here. Deliver it to the sidings over there." "All right," said Sidney. And he backed away. Salty was shunting some coal cars when he saw Sidney exiting the docks. "Wait, Sidney! Sidney, come back," said Salty. He raced to Sidney. "Sidney, it's supposed to go on those sidings over there." Yes," said Sidney, "of course." But of course, Sidney forgot again. What am I gonna do with this guy?" said Salty. "Let's hope the other one is useful enough." Luckily, Paxton did his job right, and he got the 2 coaches ready for Oliver and Doc. The 2 soon came into the docks. "Thanks, Salty," said the 2. "No need to thank me," said Salty. "It was all Paxton," said Salty. That new diesel who's here to replace Edward." "So," said Salty, "he's not all that bad." "Well, he is. He replaced Edward." "I mean, Edward got in a crash. That's not Paxton's fault." "Whatever," said Oliver. "Just you wait," said Duck. "One day this entire railway will be filled with diesels." He's not that bad of a diesel," said Salty. "Whatever," said Duck, and he went away. And so did Oliver. "Sorry, Paxton," said Salty. "The engines are quite nice here, but when it comes to new diesels, they aren't the nicest." "I understand," said Paxton. "I've heard that diesels are replacing steam engines all around the world." "Yes, and that's why they don't like you. Now get back to work, Paxton. I'm sure they'll warm up to you soon." "Humph, a diesel," said Gordon. "How atrocious." "Come on, Gordon, he's as nice as me." "It's his first day here and you're making these kind of assumptions, Boko." "Ignore him," said Boko. "Anyways, these oil tankers are supposed to go to Vigorstown." Yes, said Norman. "Do you know where that is? Isn't that where the diesel works are?" "Precisely. Now take them away, Norman." Norman went away. "You should learn to be nice to that engine," said Boko. "He's not all that bad." Gordon went away without saying anything. Boko went away too. That night, the engines at the shed were in chatter about the recent happenings. "I don't trust these diesels," said Gordon. What if they start replacing us?" So Tom had to order 3 diesels to replace Edward. "Yeah, what if I get in a crash?" said Toby. "He might replace me." "Oh, would you all stop your nonsense?" said Thomas. "These 3 diesels are just temporary. Once Edward comes back, the 3 of them will be gone." Just then, Sir Topham Hatt and the 3 diesels came into Titmouth sheds. "What brings you here?" said Gordon. But little did he realize that Sir Topham Hatt was inside Norman's cab. "Why, hello, Gordon," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Oh, hello, sir," said Gordon. Now, it has come to my attention that Whiff and Neville are nowhere near their workplaces, so I've decided to move them to a different shed. But luckily, to replace their stay here will be Norman, Paxton, and Sydney. Alright, said all the engines, trying to sound cheerful. And so Topham Hatt went away. Hope you greet them well. Whiff, Neville, you'll be sleeping at the sheds by Vicarstown. Of course, said the two. Whiff and Neville went, and Norman, Paxton, and Sydney came in. Despicable, said Gordon. How could they come in like this, and just get rid of Whiff and Neville? See, said Toby, I told you that I'll get rid of them all. Calm down, said Thomas. They're just replacing them at the sheds. Besides, I think it's better for Neville and Whiff to work closer to their workplaces. Humph, whatever, said Gordon. We should welcome these diesels, said Thomas. I agree, said Percy. Guess you're right, said Toby. I still don't, but I guess I'll have to live with it for now. So with that, all the engines went to sleep.